So let's talk about kingdom protista. So the scientist we have to remember regarding kingdom protista is Ernst Haeckel. So he is the one who has given, even you can remember him regarding in evolution also, because we are remembering him, so that's why I am telling here itself. Biogenetic law or recapitulation theory was also given by Ernst Haeckel. Okay, so we already know this theory was been disapproved by Carl Ernst von Baer. So just as it came here, that's why I am telling you priorly. They include mainly unicellular eukaryotes. They are the microscopic organisms which are mostly aquatic. They are microscopic. They are mostly aquatic in nature. Some are protists like Euglena. Are photosynthetic. In the presence of sunlight. Okay, sunlight. So in the presence of sunlight, it is photosynthetic in nature. Next, in the absence of sunlight, sunlight is not present, it is heterotrophic. It will feed on small little organisms. Okay, and now the next thing is some protists like slime molds. If you see in the protista itself, we have majorly 3 categories. Let me make you easy. Plant like, fungi like, animal like protist. Okay, coming to the plant like protist. So in the plant like protist we have chrysophytes. Under chrysophytes you will get 2 things: diatoms, desmids. Okay, so and later on you will be getting dinoflagellates. After dinoflagellates you have euglenoids. So coming to the fungi like, you have slime molds. And animal like you have protozoans. The protozoans again you have flagellates, ciliates, amoeboid, and we have the sporozoans. So these are the things that is present. So we have the many are photosynthetic protists like diatoms, because they do perform photosynthesis, and they are fresh living free water or fresh living water or sea water. We call these organisms as phytoplanktons. This kingdom is a link between other 3 kingdoms. We already know you will be having kingdom Monera. Above this we have protista. On this top we have kingdom fungi. Okay, on this we have kingdom plantae. On this we have kingdom Animalia. Right, so These three types of organisms are present in one kingdom, because this kingdom is formed by Ernst Haeckel mainly because of only one reason: they are unicellular eukaryotes. So that's why you have a plant like, fungi like, animal like. Being eukaryotes, the protistian cell body contains well defined nucleus because they are eukaryotes, right? And other membrane bounded cell organelles. Some have cilia and flagella also. So protozoans are classified based on cilia and flagella. Protists produce asexually and sexually by the process involving fusion, zygote formation. Here we can able to see that, right? Coming to the classification of protista, we have the first division. So the very first thing division is chrysophyta, which is basilaryophyta. They include mainly phytoplanktons. So they include only diatoms and desmids. So golden algae. Golden algae we none otherwise called as desmids. They are mostly marine and freshwater ecosystem. They are microscopic, eukaryotic, uninucleated diploid cells. They are actually diploid, 2n, uninucleated and diploid cells. So it has two sets of chromosomes, 2n. So they flow passively in water because they don't have any flagella, right? So they flow passively in water through water currents. Diatoms are the chief producers of ocean. Diatoms are said to be chief producers of ocean, right? So diatoms have different shapes like rectangular, circular, triangle. The cell walls are embedded with silica. So cell walls are embedded with silica. So they are like indestructible. So the cell wall called frustule. So the cell wall, what is present above, we call this as frustule. And the larger one, we call it as epitheca. And the smaller one, we call it as hypotheca. With closely fit together like a soap box. These two together fit together like a soap box. The cell wall deposits of diatoms will be over millions of years ago. You have to remember this. Over millions of years ago. So MYA, millions of years ago. So resulted in diatomous earth. So which is being girthy, they can be used in polishing and filtering of oils and syrups. Diatoms called jewels of the plant kingdom. So the other name for diatoms is jewels of the plant kingdom. Because of the cell wall of ornamentation, diatomous cells have no flagella. The chloroplast or chromatophores are yellowish brown and contain chlorophyll A, chlorophyll C, fucoxanthin. They contain chlorophyll A, chlorophyll C. and fucoxanthin. So the reserve food materials are oil, leucosin, and volutin globules. Diatoms reproduce mainly by sexual as well as asexual. So they reproduce by sexually as well as asexually. Right? So examples are Pinularia, Navicula, and Rutilaria. Pinularia, Rutilaria, and Navicularia. And the next is Pyrophyta. The next division is Pyrophyta. So coming to this, we call this as dinoflagellates. So coming to this, they are mostly marine, but some are freshwater forms. They are mostly marine, some are freshwater. The main role is mode of nutrition is photosynthetic. The main mode of nutrition is photosynthetic, and we can also see saprophytic, parasitic. So they have cellulose in their cell wall. They have cellulose in cell wall to form armored interlocking plates. The armored interlocking plates, stiff cellulosic plates called theca. Stiff cellulosic plates called theca, and the longitudinal and transverse grooves. It has the longitudinal groove as well as the transverse groove. The cells has two unequal flagella, which we call it as heterocont. One flagellum will project out longitudinally. Other flagellum will produce transversely. Assume that if you have like this. So armored interlocking, one will be produced longitudinally, another one is transversely. The cytoplasm has green, yellow, brown, blue, red pigments containing plastids called chromatophores. The pigment A and C, chlorophyll A and C is present. Carotins, and xanthophylls. So they are all uninucleate. Sexual reproduction is rare and occurs by conjugation. So very often we see the red dinoflagellates. Goniolochs. So goniolochs, and undergoes rapid multiplication that makes C appear red color. So red tides. Toxins released by such large number even kill other organisms also, such as fishes. Goniolochs Alexandrium, Dinophysis, Seratium, right? So these are the things. And coming to the next category, the next division is Euglenophyta. Euglenophyta. So in this only you will be getting euglenoids. So let's see the diagram. This is euglena, and you have two flagella. So this, you have a sheet outside. We call that sheet as pellicle. Pellicle. Cytostome. And it has two flagella, one is short and one is, we'll go with other color, one is long. Flagellum. So this opening is cytostome and this is cytopharynx. Here we have paraflagellar body. And here we have the reservoir. As it is a freshwater species, so that's why it contains contractile vacuole. And here we have the chloroplast. Chloroplast. Basal granules. Nucleus. And we have the myoneins. So these are the things will be present in euglena. As euglena is freshwater, so that's why it has contractile vacuole. So these are like a flagellated protistian. This include euglena. Euglena like unicellular organisms. Euglena is a taxonomic puzzle since it shows plant and So this is a taxonomic puzzle because it shows plant-like as well as animal-like. Majority of the euglenoids are freshwater. The clue, very importantly, you have to remember stagnant water. Euglena is absence of cell wall. It is an animal feature. Presence of chloroplast. It is a plant feature. Cell wall is absent. It is animal. Chloroplast is present, which is plant. So the cells are surrounded by pellicle made up of proteins, and hence it is flexible. So this is the pellicle part, which is made up of proteins, flexible. Euglena has two flagella. One is short flagella and other one is long flagella. So they show holozoic nutrition. In the presence of sunlight, they are photosynthetic. When deprived of sunlight, they are heterotrophs. So they will predate smaller organisms. So there are many disc and ribbon like chloroplast in the cell of photosynthetic pigments with chlorophyll A, B and carotenoids. So which is identical to the higher plants. Cells are uninucleate and eukaryotic organelles are present. They produce mainly by longitudinal binary fission, and sexual reproduction does not occur. So reproduction is mainly by longitudinal binary fission. And next, coming to the other category, that is slime molds. So what are these slime molds? They are found in terrestrial and aquatic habitats. Terrestrial and aquatic. These are fungi like. So where do they live is decaying twigs and leaves. So they engulf the small organic matter, that is the source of food. They can ingest smaller organisms and behave as consumers also. The organisms are slimy mass of protoplasm. If you see the slime mold, so it will be like this. There will be slimy mass of protoplasm with animal-like and fungal characters. They can be animal-like, fungi-like animals. They are also called as fungal protist. True fungi belong to another kingdom called mycota. These are not true fungi. And under suitable condition, they will aggregate as this plasmodium. Plasmodium under suitable conditions. Under unfavorable conditions, so they emerge as fruiting bodies they can produce as spores. They may grow and spread over several feet. Under unfavorable conditions, actually these fruiting bodies, and they will produce spores. The spores will possess true wall. They are extremely resistant and can survive for years, even under adverse condition. The spores are dispersed by air currents. Example, Lycogala, Dictyostelium. And next, finally, the division or the phylum Protozoa. So they are believed to be the primitive animals. They are the large group of unicellular animal-like. So under kingdom Protista, they exhibit heterotrophic nutrition. With protoplasmic level of organization, a few are photosynthetic or saprophytic. So they are photosynthetic, they are saprophytic also. So protozoan may be aquatic, terrestrial, free living parasites. They may be aquatic, terrestrial, free living parasites. They are generally solitary but forms a colonial also. They are microscopic. The body is covered with a delicate membrane called pellicle. They exhibit protoplasmic grade of organization with many nuclei. And you can see the locomotory structures like cilia, pseudopodia and flagella. So the mode of nutrition is holozoic or saprozoic. Digestion is intracellular and occurs in food vacuole. So digestion. So this digestion will occur in food vacuole. And respiration occurs through general body surface, through exchange of gases. Nitrogenous waste also general body surface. Contractile vacuole will be there for osmoregulation. Is for osmoregulation. So reproduction is sexual or asexual. Asexual reproduction include binary fission, multiple fission and budding. Binary fission, multiple fission, and budding. Sexual reproduction is syngamy and conjugation. All protozoans are heterotrophic. They live as predators or parasites. Usually the protozoans are the primitive relatives of animals. They are the primitive relatives of animals. They are kept under the kingdom Protista along with another unicellular eukaryotics. There are 4 classes or groups of protozoans. So coming to on the basis of locomotory organelle, the protozoans are divided into 4 classes. First thing is Rhizopoda. Class 1. Rhizopoda. So in the Rhizopoda, so they are present in freshwater, saltwater, damp places and soil. They are free living or at the same time parasitic. They are actually free living or parasitic. So their locomotion and food capture is mainly performed by pseudopodia. Pseudopodia. Okay, we also call it as false feet. Example, amoeba. The marine forms have silica shell on the surface. So the marine forms have silica on its surface. Example, polystomella, amoeba, polystomella, entamoeba histolytica. So amoeba is actually free living. Entamoeba histolytica will cause amoebiasis, so which is having monogenetic host, that is man. Entamoeba histolytica. Flagellates. We also call it as mastigophora. So mastigos means whip, phoros means bearing, means whip bearing. We also call it as flagellates. Example, trypanosoma. Sleeping sickness. Some are free living, others are parasitic. So trichomonas, the locomotory organelle is whip-like flagella. So some are symbionts, trichonympha. And the next thing is ciliates. Coming to the ciliates, they are cilium, means eyelash. The meaning of cilium is eyelash. So ciliated protozoa, example, paramecium. So coming to the paramecium, let's draw the structure. So we have this anterior contractile vacuole, mainly posterior contractile vacuole. So all over the body we have eyelash like structure, which is cilia. So these are cilia. So this is anterior contractile vacuole and this is posterior contractile vacuole. So these are radiating vacuoles. So this opening we call it as cystosome, cystopharynx, basal granules. So here we have the cortex, and inner part is the medulla. We have the trichocyst, and this is the oral groove. This is caudal tuft. So these are the foot vacuole. And we have the macronucleus. And nearby only you have the micronucleus. So these are the things are regarding paramecium. And coming to this is aquatic and actively moving organism with a locomotory structure called cilia. It has the cilia. And paramecium body is covered by protective pellicle. And the paramecium, the digestion is intracellular, which occurs inside the food vacuole. The ciliates have specific cell organelle called cytosome, and gullet called cytopharynx. And some are parasites also. Balantidium. Next, we have the sporozoa. So we have Plasmodium, sporozoa, which is spore, means seeds. Plasmodium monocystis. So Plasmodium are notorious, causes malaria, which has staggering effect in human population. So malaria is sporozoal, and in the malaria also we have various variants. Plasmodium falciparum, Plasmodium ovale, Plasmodium malariae. So out of this, Plasmodium falciparum is the malignant variety. So sporozoans will have no special structures for locomotion due to parasitic life. They form infectious spore-like stages. So the infective stage is sporozoites. Right. So this is all regarding diatoms. So regarding the entire thing regarding protista.